As I understand, Mr. Prime Minister is happy to take your questions.
Yes.
Other questions in the audience? As you think about it, maybe I start out. You mentioned at the outset the importance of new media and IT for the spread of information, for transparency, and for the fostering of the democratic movement in your country. We have seen this in other places. We have also seen that by means of information technology, social momenta of a bad kind have developed under the fake news agenda. So the question for you is, how do you want to deal with this as a ruler? There are countries that deal with it in a very restrictive manner. Don't want to mention examples. And this is obviously not the ideal way to balance the technological potential and the transparency with the potential of abuse and bad movements in this sector.
Thank you very much for that question. You know, to be honest, recently we were discussing this topic of fake news with the leaders from worldwide in Davos, and all we accepted that we have no idea what to do with this problem. But you know, for countries like Armenia, with young democracy, I think the protection of right of expression and free speech is more important than to try to protect government from fake news. You know, I would be honest, fake news now is a very big problem for all government of all countries, and for our government and for me personally too, because we have now in Armenian social media a huge amount of fake news about me personally, about my family, about my government, about our political team, about current situation in Armenia. But you know, it would be very wrong temptation for us to try to use our authority to restrict any kind of right of expression in order to prevent our audience from fake news. I think that the better way to do that is the same, education. I think this situation, many people now see what's going on. I'm not sure what part of people understand the importance of problem of fake news. What part of people don't understand? But I think in the process, people will gain ability to differentiate fake news from real news, and I think it should be done like that, through the experience, through the education, through the informational education, through technological education, and of course I think researchers will think about the technologies that will protect society from fake news without restricting right of expression and free speech. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm happy that you say this in this place at a University of Applied Science, because I think we all agree our understanding about the role of research in education or research-based education as such is, of course, that this research leads to new things and maybe discoveries and maybe useful inventions. But as a main asset, research-based education should provide young people with the skill with the lifelong skill, if possible, to be able by themselves to tell apart the truth from the lie, the more probable from the less probable, by having the methodological approaches to criticize whatever they hear, whatever they learn, by whoever there is or whoever there seems to be. Further questions?